Interpol versus ASEANPOL. The Royal Hong Kong Police Force is governed by Hong Kong Security Bureau. It is responsible for law enforcement and composed of civilian police. The force is commanded by the Commissioner of Police, who is assisted by two deputy commissioners. A deputy commissioner on operations supervises all operational matters, including crime, and a deputy commissioner management is responsible for the direction and coordination of the police force management, including personnel, training, and management services. The world's second and the Asia's first police agency to operate with a modern policing system is known as the Hong Kong Police Force. The highest police rank in Hong Kong is known as the Commissioner of Police. We will go to China police system, or known as the uh, People's Police. Public Security Police is the largest and most visible component of the Chinese police that performs a wide range of ordinary police function. In fact, there are 86% of the public security police in China. Judicial procuratorate police. They escort suspects in cases investigated by the uh, procuratorates, or in our country known as the prosecutors. The judicial people court police, they maintain security and order in the various courts and also may carry out death sentence. To become a police officer, a candidate must have the following: at least 18 years of age but not more than 25 years old. As a preferential treatment for candidates from ethnic minority groups, the regulation extends the maximum age limit to 30. Must support the Constitution, must be of good moral character, be in good health, education level no less than high school graduate, be willing to serve as police officer, and no criminal record, and must not be or have been expelled from public employment. For the age intended for recruitment and retirement, some entered policing as early as 12 years of age, but the recruitment age is now 16 years old, and the retirement age is at least 30 years in the service. Singapore police system. The Police Task Force, or the PTF, it is an effective ground response force to serious incidents such as the major disasters, firearm situations, and riots. So they are called upon to restore public order in times of riots and demonstrations. The Special Tactics and Rescue, or the STAR unit. The STAR unit provides the Singapore Police Force with tactical arm response capability. Besides dealing with highly dangerous criminals, STAR is also involved in risky protective security operations and prisoner escort. Police Canine Unit, or the PDU, has dogs trained specifically for explosive detection, drug detection, guard duties, and anti-crime operations. Next, the Royal Malaysia Police. Its headquarters is located at Bukit Aman, Kuala Lumpur. The police force is led by an Inspector General of Police, or the IGP. Switzerland policing system. All police departments require at least a high school diploma or equivalent education from their officers, while some hire graduates right out of high school. Many require potential officers to be at least 21 years old, and the retirement is 65 years of age. Let's have a comparison between Indian Police Service and the Philippine National Police. For the Philippines, okay, the qualifications we have: you must possess a baccalaureate degree. For India, okay, you have a degree certificate. For the age, at least 21 years old in the Philippines, at least 21 years old in India also. In the Philippines, you must pass the medical, psychological, physical, and drug tests. In India, okay, the applicant must be physically fit. For the Philippines, okay, male is at least 162 centimeters, or female 157 centimeters in height. In India, male is 165 centimeters and female is 150 centimeters. In the Philippines, okay, you must pass the exam in the NAPOCOM, or this is what we call PNP entrance examination. In India, okay, you need to pass the three-stage pattern, the CSAT, the preliminary exam, the exam or the board exam, and their main exam. Interpol, or the ICPO, or this what we call International Criminal Police Organization. Interpol is the largest international police organization in the world, with national central bureaus in 187 member countries. So as of 2010, it's already 188. Its headquarters is located at Lyon, France. The Interpol is comprised of the following bodies: the General Assembly, Executive Committee, General Secretariat, the National Central Bureaus, advisors, and the Commission for the Control of Interpol's Files. So here is the organizational structure of Interpol: the General Assembly or the Executive Committee, the National Central Bureaus, the advisors, Commission for the Control of Interpol's Files, so they belong in one branch, and General Secretariat. At its center is the Interpol itself. The General Assembly is the Interpol's supreme governing body. It meets annually and comprises delegates appointed by each member country. The Assembly takes all important decisions related to policy, resources, working methods, finances, activities, and programs. So they elect the organization's executive committee. The executive committee comprises of 13-member committee, which is elected by the General Assembly. The 13-member committee consists of one president, three vice presidents, and nine delegates. The executive committee is Interpol's select deliberative organ, which meets three times a year. They meet usually on the month of March, July, and immediately before the General Assembly. For the tenure of the Executive Committee, for President, 4 years; for Vice Presidents, 3 years; and they are not immediately eligible for election either to the same post or as delegates to the Executive Committee. The General Secretariat. Where is the General Secretariat based? So as we all know, it is in the Lyon branch. So it coordinates the international activities of member countries, holds a library of international criminal records, and organizes regular meetings at which delegates can exchange information on police work. The General Secretariat operates 24 hours a day and 365 days a year. The head of the General Secretariat is called Secretary General. The official languages of the organization, we have Arabic, English, French, and Spanish. If we will make an acronym, okay, the acronym is SAFE, SAFE. The National Central Bureaus, or the NCB, it is designed contact point for General Secretariat, regional offices, and other member countries requiring assistance with overseas investigations and the location and apprehension of fugitives. Each Interpol member country maintains a national central bureau staffed by national law enforcement officers. The National Central Bureau is located in Manila. So the chairman is the Director General of the Philippine National Police, or the Chief PNP. The members includes Director of the National Bureau of Investigation, Commissioner of Bureau of Customs, Commissioner of Bureau of Internal Revenue, Commissioner of Bureau of Immigration, Governor of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, and Executive Director of the Dangerous Drugs Board. The advisors, these are experts in a purely advisory capacity who may be appointed by the Executive Committee and confirmed by the General Assembly. We also have the Interpol notices system. An Interpol notice or international notice is issued by Interpol to share information between its members. We have the red notice. It means to seek the arrest or provisional arrest of wanted persons with a view to extradition. Black notice means to seek information on unidentified bodies. Yellow notice means to help locate missing persons, open minors, or to help identify persons who are unable to identify themselves. Blue notice means to collect additional information about a person's identity or activities in relation to a crime. Green notice to provide warnings and criminal intelligence about person who have committed criminal offense or offenses and are likely to repeat these crimes in other countries. Philippine Center on Transnational Crime, or the PCTC, under Executive Order number 62. Its mission was to formulate and implement a concerted program of action of all law enforcement and government agencies for the prevention and control of transnational crimes. The mother agency of the PCTC is the Office of the President. The International Association of Chiefs of Police, or the IACP. It is the world's oldest and largest non-profit membership organization of police executives. The IACP's leadership consists of the operating chief executives of the international, federal, state, and local agencies of all sizes. What crimes does Interpol investigate? So this includes drug trafficking, organized crime, financial and high-tech crimes, including counterfeiting, money laundering, public safety and terrorism, human trafficking, corruption, environmental crimes, and crimes against humanity. In addition, Interpol's Fugitive Investigation Services keeps an eye out for suspects globally with its red notice alerts that notify member states when one nation has issued an arrest warrant for a suspect. The United Nations Organization. The UN was founded in 1945 after the World War II to replace the League of Nations and to stop wars between countries and to provide a platform for dialogue, and it contains multiple subsidiary organizations to carry out its mission. So it is an international organization whose stated aims are facilitating cooperation in international law, international security, economic development, social progress, human rights, and achievement of the world peace. The United Nations principal organs includes the General Assembly. It is the main deliberative assembly, the Security Council, okay, for deciding certain resolutions for peace and security, the Economic and Social Council, assisting in promoting international economic and social cooperation and development. The Secretariat, okay, they provide studies, information, and facilities needed by the United Nations. The International Court of Justice, it is the primary judicial organ of the United Nations. The United Nations Trusteeship Council, which is currently inactive, and other prominent UN system agencies, which includes the World Health Organization, the World Food Program, and the United Nations Children's Fund, or the UNICEF. The Convention Against Transnational Organized Crime is a UN Convention Against Transnational Organized Crime adopted in December 2000. And it is also called the Palermo Convention, and it is attended by the heads of states in Palermo, Italy. The purpose of the UN Convention is the promotion of cooperation to prevent and combat transnational organized crime more effectively, to constitute an effective tool and legal framework for international cooperation in combating such criminal activities like money laundering, corruption, illicit trafficking in endangered species of wild flora and fauna, offenses against cultural heritage, and the growing links between transnational organized crime and the terrorist groups or crimes. The Palermo Protocols is used to prevent, suppress, and punish trafficking in persons, especially women and children. This is a protocol against the smuggling of migrants by land, sea, or air. Extradition is a process by which one state, at the request of another, returns a person for trial for a crime punishable by the laws of the requesting state and committed outside the state of refuge. The surrendering by one state to another or by one nation to another of an individual accused of a crime in the state or nation demanding the surrender of the accused. It is or it regulates within or the extradition is regulated within countries by extradition acts and between countries by treaties. Geneva Conventions comprises of four treaties and three additional protocols that set the standards in international law for humanitarian treatment of victims of war. The singular term Geneva Conventions refers to the agreement of 1949 negotiated in aftermath of World War II, updating the terms of the first three treaties and adding a fourth treaty. The language is extensive with articles defining the basic rights of those captured during military conflict, establishing protections for the wounded, and addressing protections for civilians in and around a war zone. So the treaties of 1949 have been ratified in whole or with reservations by 194 countries. The Hague Convention were among the first formal statements of war and war crimes laws in the nascent body of secular international law. ASEANPOL, an association of 10 member ASEAN countries, chiefs of police established in the year 1981. The premier regional platform of all the ASEAN police chiefs and respective delegates to interact as well as to discuss, exchange views, and update each other on the latest development in law enforcement and transnational issues in their respective countries. It is a regional alliance that is determined to secure not only our own individual sovereignties, but also the peace and progress of our community. The member countries of the ASEANPOL, Brunei, Kingdom of Cambodia, Republic of Indonesia, the Lao People's Democratic Republic, Malaysia, Union of Myanmar, the Republic of the Philippines, Republic of Singapore, Kingdom of Thailand, and the Socialist Republic of Vietnam. Contributions of the ASEANPOL to regional peace and security. It facilitates the exchange of criminal information among ASEAN members through its own database system. The system aims to provide an effective means for the collection, coordination, exchange, and dissemination of the operational intelligence and information. An enhanced version was launched, which enables the uploading of EADS data onto the Interpol system. We also have Europol. is the European Law Enforcement Agency, which aims at improving the effectiveness and cooperation of the competent authorities in the member states in preventing and combating terrorism, unlawful drug trafficking, and other serious forms of organized crime. Thank you for watching this video.